Hello guys, welcome back again sa ating programang The Action Mano at sa ating YouTube channel. Ayan, migi-migi love shoutout po sa lahat natin ng mga viewers, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao all over the world. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, si The Action Man. So eto na nga po mga ka-action, mga kakamping. Kasasabi ko lang kanina sa live natin na sana i-cite in contempt si Vice President Sara Duterte, no? Eto po, may isa akong napanood na video dito sa mga ka-action na kung saan may ano po ito, may title na posible to cite VP Sara in contempt. Patay. Ito na yung sabi natin na ito yun, kung matupad po ito, kung magawa po ito ng kamera, ito yung sinasabi natin na no one is above the law. Diba? At dito po, no, panoorin po natin ito kung ano ang magiging dahilan na posibleng i-cite in contempt si Vice Presidente Sara Duterte. At si Dan Fernandez, may sagot din po siya tungkol sa sinabi ni dating Pangulong Duterte na sabi niya pagsisipain niya ang taga-Quadcom. May sagot po at tumpak na tumpak po ang sagot ni Dan Fernandez dito. Okay? So, panoorin po muna natin ito mga ka-action, mga kakamping. So, ito na po mga ka-action ha. Ayan, courtesy po sa video ng 1PH. Please allow me to use for informative purposes only. Thank you so much, ma'am and sir. And highly recommended ko po ang kanilang YouTube channel, 1PH po. So, hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe, pakisubscribe naman po mga ka-action. Maraming salamat po. Ito po, pakinggan po natin.
Okay, first of all, let's go to the Vice President. Have you talked with VP Sara after her latest press con? Does she really have no intention at all to attend the House hearings? And what do you make of the letter submitted by the Chief of Staff of the Vice President na meron daw medical emergency na puntahan sa US? Ano pong ang detalye po doon?
Well, actually, yung medyo problem, no? Parang nagiging basihan na yun ng mga resource persons natin. Before, it's always like sila mismo yung nako-confine. And this time, nag-employ sila ng panibagong tactic that yung mga kaanak naman nila. And that's the reason why I manifested doon sa hearing that we have to validate yung mga documents that were submitted to us in order to find out if indeed yung excuse was really legal, no? I hope that these are all legal para at least justify yung humanitarian cause that was approved by the committee a while ago. Kasi parang sa akin parang hindi siya acceptable parang feeling ko talagang nag-evade siya considering that she's very close with the Vice President and at the same time sila yung involved doon sa movement of the money that was withdrawn by the Pajardas, and I think their presence in the hearing is so important that they need to evade attending the hearing, ano. So but still pumayag na rin naman ako doon sa decision ng committee na bigyan pa ng another chance, no, to appear in the next hearing.
That's for Zuleika Lopez, the Chief of Staff.
Yes.
Only her.
Only her. Oo, yes. But yung if ever that she will not be attending in the next hearing or yung justification is not validated, I'm pretty sure masasite na rin siya in contempt.
Is it possible to cite the Vice President in contempt, or it's not because of parliamentary courtesy?
Well, it's possible, no? But of course, medyo nilet ko na namin yun because she doesn't want to take her oath, no? But in accordance with the rules, she violated the rule of the committee. But in deference to the Vice President, hindi na nga namin po pinursue yun. But of course, it's all depending sa members of the committee. And we haven't tackled that issue yet.
Congressman, were you satisfied with the answers that you heard today from the staff who did turn up to the hearing? Most of them said they don't have personal knowledge.
Di ba kanina sinabi ko sa live na doon pa lang sa pag-refuse ni Vice President sa pag-take ng oath, ni-refuse niya yun. Sinabi ko kanina sa live na doon pa lang nakikita akong may ground. Ito din ang nakikita ni Dan Fernandez na posibleng ma-cite in contempt ito si Vice President Sara. Di ba? Abangan natin kung anong maging desisyon kasi hindi naman siya ang pwede lang ang magdesisyon. Siyempre, buong ano po yan, buong kongreso po yan ang pwede magdesisyon. Kung ang committee nila ang magdesisyon. Okay? Tuloy po natin.
Knowledge of how the Vice President spent the confidential funds.
Yes, mga organic kasi itong mga tao nandun eh. These are the people that they have done their job, no? And basically yung memo nang galing sa Office of the Vice President mismo ordering them for the release of those money, no? Kaya I think these people are less responsible compare mo to doon sa mga kila Sunshine Paharda, kila Edward Paharda at yung kay Attorney Lopez nga. And I think one si the SDO from Davao, si I forgot the name Gia Acosta. Yeah.
Congressman Fernandez, yun nga yung kinatatakhan ko, no? Kasi you have the 5 who did attend, but apparently they're not really familiar, no? In terms of the specific issue of how the confidential funds were allegedly misused. Now, the ones who were in the ILBO or lookout bulletin since last week, yun nga yung mga kakasuhan yun ng contempt, yung 4 doon, sila yung mas, I think, you're guessing na sila yung mas may alam at makakasagot ng mga tanong nyo. Now, bakit pa natin inimbitahan tong 5 kung yung talagang other 7 naman yung mas hinahanap natin, kumbaga?
Well, this 4 no, na nandun, I think there were 4 doon. No? Sila mismo yun ang pumipirma also for the ano nila yun, department nila. But this, I think si Acosta, Gia Acosta, or si Paharda, siya mismo yung nagdi-disburse. Siya yung disbursement officer. And basically, makikita mo na yung responsibility lies with them as well, being the signatory of all the documents that pass through them. But itong memo na nanggagaling sa Office of the Vice President through Attorney Lopez and kay Acosta, I think it is much more important doon sa hinahanap namin na kanino talaga nanggaling yung utos para i-release mga perang yon. So, I believe that the presence of this personality is much more important than this poor that have not attended the hearing. Pero corroborative yun eh. Pag binigyan mo ng link between all those people that we have invited, makikita mo yung link ng kanilang ginawang paglalabas ng pera.
Related to that, Congressman Dan, so hindi kayo satisfied because I believe, no, itong yung mga na-cite in contempt, they did send letters explaining why they were not there. The Vice President also had a press con this afternoon to kind of reiterate what was said in the letters, founding anniversary nga sa November 15, so they're busy. Hindi ba pumasa itong excuse sa inyo? I mean, they are also doing government work. I'm just wondering kung yung excuse na yun. Kasi napagbigyan no, yung may sick aunt sa States, si Zuleika Lopez, na Chief of Staff. Pero yung iba hindi napagbigyan when technically the Vice President has already spoken and she did say that they have been deployed for work.
Alam mo kasi may procedure kami, di ba? We sent invitation, then after the invitation, kapag hindi ka nag-reply, you have to tell us, no? We'll be issuing a show cause order to explain to us, no? But unfortunately, yung mga explanation nila parang big eh. Kasi you have to consider that this is much more important than the anniversary that they are attending to. And the Vice President knows very well that this issue is so important to all of us, not only to the President but to all the people watching, na dapat mo bigyan ng attention. And trying to send your people, those people that are all connected with this disbursement of this money, instead of trying to send other personalities in their office, I think that's setting a bad example na, di ba?
Ayan, mga ka-action, mga kakamping, pagpasensyahan nyo na po kung medyo maingay ang audio natin ha. Kasi alam nyo naman yan, ayan, sana nasanay na po kayo.
Bakit yung tao mismo involved sa ating invitation, yung kanyang pinadadala sa mga okasyon nila, hindi ba pwede muna na ipadala mo muna yung ibang empleyado ng iyong opisina, considering that you have so many employees under your office of the Vice President? Prudence dictates that if you are under investigation, the least that you can do is try to isolate the people that are involved in this kind of anomalies. And as much as possible, di ba, sa PNP, kapag yung people are being accused of, we are putting that in a preventive suspension. And we are housing the different policemen. So anytime that we need them, they can attend the series of investigation or any hearings that being conducted by both houses. So sana ganun ang ginawa po ng Office of the Vice President instead of them sending to these different occasions.
Speaking of evading hearings, there's another Duterte who refuses to attend the Quadcom hearings, and that's former President Rodrigo Duterte. Sabi niya, sisipain daw niya kayo. Pero kayo, nag-offer kayo. Sabi niya, wala na siya pamasahe. Nag-offer po kayo to shoulder travel expenses. Has he responded to that? And what do you make of his remarks towards the House?
Well, alam mo naman kasi yung former president, di ba, laging ganun ang kanyang mga pronouncement, and hindi na po tayo nabibigla doon. But of course, the other members of the committee, you cannot blame them on trying to say something against the former president. Especially when I saw yung mga reply ng ating mga young members na di punta rito, paano siya makakapunta rito, paano niya kami masisipa kung hindi siya pupunta dito. Alam mo, medyo yung exchanging of di ba, ng mga bad statements, nagiging parang hindi na nararapat. And I think this will all end if the former president will attend our committee hearing.
But I wanna... Go ahead.
Yes.
I want to get some clarity over your standing in the hearings because nagbitiw kayo temporarily ni co-chair Benny Abante from the Quadcom hearings. Until when is that, and what is your role now that you've declared that you're temporarily stepping back?
I want to clarify something. Nag-inhibit po kami doon sa issue nung kay Grijaldo. Because Grijaldo, Colonel Hector Grijaldo, accused us of coercion and harassment. Hindi po kami nagbibitiw doon sa position namin bilang chairman, but doon po sa issue ng kay Grijaldo. Because we don't want to be involved in the discussion or investigation of that issue because we will be tackling that problem that arises because of that affidavit that was executed by Colonel Grijaldo at the Senate. We wanted to find out the veracity of him accusing us of coercing and harassing, di ba? And as a matter of fact, we already have sent our different answer to his allegation, and we will be proving to everybody and to the Filipino people that there was indeed no coercion and harassment. And even the time and the moment that we were together with Grijaldo doon po sa loob ng hindi siya isang private room, but yung kwarto pong yon ay nakalaan po para sa mga resource persons. And at the same time, makita po natin kung talagang nag-employ po kami ng harassment sa kanya. And dun...
Okay, dyan lang muna tayo mga ka-action kasi mahaba po yan. Okay, so ayan po ha. Siguro mapanood ito ni dating Pangulong Duterte. Kasi sabi niya nga sa kanyang latest na niya is pagsisipain niya nga po ito at wala daw siya pamasahe. Ngayon nag-o-offer pala ang Kongreso, ang Quadcom, na sagutin ang kanyang travel expenses. Ayan na Digong, sasagutin ang travel expenses mo. Sana naman wala ka ng alibay. Mag-attend ka na para matupad mo na ang pangarap mo na pagsisipain mo sila. Tingnan natin kung magagawa mo yung kayabangan mo. Ayan na ha. Tama lang po ang sinabi at tumpak na tumpak po ang sinabi ni Congressman Dan Fernandez. Paano niya kami masisipa? Hindi ka naman pumupunta dito, wala ka naman dito. 'Di ba? Tama naman po 'yun, 'di ba? Ngayon, pamasahe, ang iniisip mo, ayan, bibigyan ka, inuupiran ka ng kamera ng Quadcom para mag-attend ka lang. Tingnan natin at itupad mo ang pangako ang sabi mo na pagsisipain mo sila, ha? Di ba? Oh, kasi grabing hambog mo. Grabing kayabangan, di ba? Oh. Dito natin malalaman, talagang iyakan na ito. Iyakan na talaga itong mga uto-uto na ito. Dito kung matupad ito o mangyari man ito na posibleng ma-cite in contempt na si Vice President Sara Duterte. Abangan po natin ang next na mga balita, no? Kaya hindi naman si Kong Dan Fernandez lang ang magdesisyon. Pero yun nga, sa nakikita niya, pwede ma-cite in contempt dahil sa kadahilanan doon sa pag-refuse ng ng oath ni Vice President Sara Duterte. So yan lang muna mga ka-action ang ginshare ko po sa inyo, no? Maraming salamat po sa ating mga viewers Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao all over the world. Ako po ang inyong likod, si Action Man. Have a good day, everyone.
Beautiful.